Hello there, everyone. This is Chris McCullough from Harbor Diving Services, and this is our first dive on a 33-foot motor trawler called the Amie de la Baie 2. As you can see, it's been some time since she's been cleaned up. A lot of growth on the hull, quite a few barnacles as well. It's been quite some time. I actually do not know how long it's been since the hull was cleaned prior to our dive on it. Surprisingly enough, the shaft zincs were in good shape. However, the rudder zincs that you see there is the starboard one, and the port both were in pretty sad shape, so we ended up changing those out. So this is our inspection dive. Essentially, when we first get in the water, we like to document how we found the vessel and the hull condition, and that way we can show a comparison once all the work is done, the cleaning and the zincs are changed. So you can see I'm taking pretty close looks at the zincs to determine their condition. I rub the zincs just to see how soft they are, if they break up, how brittle they are. Again, the shaft zincs were in pretty good shape. I was surprised to see that, especially given how long it's been. Of course, you had some growth on them, but they still had a good amount of metal. It wasn't soft, wasn't too brittle. So we decided to go ahead and leave those on the shafts. So this is the port side shaft and the prop. Of course, that's the port side rudder. You can see in the video here that there's quite a bit of growth on there. Nice vegetation. Lovely green color.
On the zinc anyway.
So we move a little forward. I had some little friends down there with me. They get a little curious from time to time, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Plus, it seems that the more vegetation and barnacles and such that I knock off, it seems to be dinner time.
I've got some fishy friends down here.
So as I move forward along the hull, checking the hull surface to see if there's anything that stands out I need to make note of. Checking the intakes to see how fouled up they may be. The intakes on this particular boat was pretty caked up with some vegetation. I had to clear it out and scrub the grills really good just to make sure that they were clear and that all the intakes were able to take in as much water as it could. Quite a few barnacles again on the hull there. Moving a little further forward, we're on the starboard side now.
Very thick rope, and I can use the plastic paper and a brush.
And you can see how thick that coating is, how thick the vegetation, the fouling is on the hull. Again, it's been some time.
all the way down at the bow now.
Up by the bow, move along the port side now. Work our way back aft. That was a really big barnacle there. It was able to come off fairly easily. Here's a good look at the one of the. This would be a discharge here, but you can see how fouled up it was.
We'll be okay on this thing, but running gear is definitely nasty. Gonna have to spend some time on that. I think we're actually okay on the zinc. The running gear is pretty nasty though.
So when we do dives like this, we always give a good thorough look at the running gear. We check the prop nuts like you saw there a moment ago, and we also check the cotter pins to make sure the cotter pins are in good condition, that they're bent back and holding strong. None of them are broken or bent in any kind of strange way that might snag something or eventually work its way out. It's not often, but we have found prop nuts that are a little loose actually, so we'll tighten those down. In this case, it wasn't so. Everything looked good.
Make sure we don't have a plate hole.
Another good look at how thick the growth was on this particular boat. This is an aftermarket transducer anemometer that was added to the exterior of the hull on the stern. You can see how pretty grungy that was, right? That was pretty nasty. Anemometer didn't move at first. Had a lovely barnacle that was lodging it. There it goes, spit it out.
Pretty fouled up pretty good. That manometer actually had a barnacle inside. It's moving now.
You can see that rubbing and taking the vegetation, taking out the fouling, kind of clouds up the water there a little bit, makes it a little bit harder to see. So we're pretty much close to getting done taking a good first look at the condition of the hull. We'll hand the camera off and we'll get to work. So now that we've done all of our cleaning, we've taken another good look at the hull and the hull surface. We'll let you take a look at the handiwork here. There's a new zinc on the starboard side. Shaft's nice and clean. Same with the prop. Go to the port side. Same thing. New zinc. Props look really good. Props cleaned up very, very nicely. No dings, no bent blades or anything like that. go here on the stern, take a look at our transducer. Seems the bracket was a little loose there. Manometer cleaned up really good. So we'll take another look at this bracket. It seems that there was a screw that's missing. And also notice that the wire little wrap there was not holding the wire anymore. So as you can see, we've got a combination of black and blue color. It appeared that the last coating of paint, which was black coating, is giving way to the lighter color blue underneath. It's safe to say that hauling out in a new coat, a new paint job, would not be a bad idea. That would explain a lot of the accumulated growth in certain areas, more so than other areas of the hull. Generally, when your paint's wearing thin or your anti-fouling properties have dissipated, you just begin to get heavier fouling, heavier growth. And that was left by my suction cup there. It keeps me attached to the hull. But heavier growth in certain areas, more so than other areas. So now we've swung around, we're on the port side, moving aft. The hull condition itself, aside from the paint, looked really good. No bad dings or impacts in the hull itself. No physical damage that I could see down there. And there's my little fishy friends. They were quite curious that day. So everything looked really good, and she cleaned up really nicely. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks for calling Harbor Diving Services. Take care.